The Air Force, as an entity, spends over 120 million hours per year viewing publication documents like what you see here on the right.
And to edit just one of these documents averages over 7 months, with many steps and pain points along the way. As you can see, the number of people and tools it takes are numerous.
That's why we're doing this, Enhanced Publication System. My name is Nishita Aswani.
And my name is Alexandra Brierton. And we're here to present to you our solution, a publication managing and editing tool inspired by real people for a real problem.
How do we do this? Through the UX/UI framework, a mix between design thinking and lean UX, and split into 4 main categories.
Always starting with research, this is a sample of the many existing digital products we filtered through, searching for competitive and best-in-class solutions, as well as gathering data through surveys and focus groups that we were lucky enough to conduct at the Homestead Air Force Base.
From there, we defined the research. For example, we developed user flows and features, and at the end of this process, we formulated our MVP, which is our minimum viable product, which prioritizes what needs to be built.
We set our metrics, which is how we're measuring our success. Our platform will reduce the overall time it takes to find and update a publication, and revolutionize the user satisfaction of the entire process.
As user-centered design, we always ask, who are we doing it for? We have 2 main personas, one being the manager, where editing publications is only a small part of his whole job, and efficiency is a top priority, but feels frustrated throughout the lengthy process, and the other being the viewer, who is confused by the amount of information and versions of publications available, and discouraged by the time it takes to find what actually applies to him.
For our scope, we focus on the manager and the job to be done, which is making updates to publications.
Our surveys show that in order to make these updates, these 7 different tools need to be utilized.
So our strategy is to take the existing process from those 7 editing and managing tools to 1, from having to make changes on an entire document to breaking it up into sections, which we're calling widgets, from a manual process to a digital one, including a notification and task tracking system, and from anybody doing it however they want to one standard process.
This is our new and efficient user flow. Here you can see that our product would achieve through the user-system relationship. We were able to bring it down to only 3 clicks on the manager's part compared to the lengthy manual process.
Design is where we spent most of our time. We're constantly making changes and testing through multiple iterations and talking directly to our users.
Here we're isolating the global navigation, a repeat element on every page. We found that 90% of people were confused about the existing navigation and search, and 5 out of 5 wanted a more minimal and straightforward approach. That is why we did 3 to 5 nav items, which is also UX best practices. 60% of participants voted to include personal account and notification system as being accessible, which we included on the right.
The way we plan on achieving our metrics were through a quick and visual view of important information at a highlight level, reducing the number of clicks, progressive disclosure, which is also best practice to give the user control, create focus, isolate what the user needs to see, and push the task forward, and an overall enjoyable interactive UI experience.
Here's an interactive prototype of our manager dashboard. On the right, you can see the widgets that were assigned to you to manage or edit. When you click on one, it creates a shuffle effect on the cards and showcases in preview with quick access CTAs to complete the task, as well as updates the bottom modules with relevant information about the specific widget.
We sketched out different versions of the initial dashboard. Our designs developed as we learned that 70% of people believe that accountability is the main reason the process takes so long, and 2 out of 3 people said they wanted to see specific data about publications being edited. That's why we introduced features like team status updates and the widget progress line.
Here you can see us testing at the base and taking our initial wireframes and evolving them based off of real user feedback.
More supporting features we included to achieve our metrics are a team module that includes quick add and allows users to contact other members directly, as well as an easy approval CTA with a digital signature certificate.
This is a specific evolution of the Task Manager module. We made changes based off of one-on-one testing, from which we adapted to include different verbiage, having more information with progressive disclosure, and then being able to filter and search through that information.
We knew there was a problem to solve, but when one of our focus group members told us that it takes so long for a publication to update that even the lingo changes, we were convinced we could make a difference.
And now we're going to show you the edit view. As you can see, it opens to a text box that allows you to make changes to the widget while still referencing important information about contributor and user feedback, as well as the existing publication.
The reasons we came up with those features were because 5 out of 6 testers said they refer to old publications during their task flow, and 90% of people felt like having the feedback available would better assist in their editing.
One of the main changes we made to our wireframe here was the way we showcased the supplementary information. One tester mentioned wanting to minimize features when he was no longer using them, and that inspired us to create the slider module to open when in use and tuck away out of view.
Overall, we wanted to create a digital product that reduced the time it takes and increased the user satisfaction through all of these different elements.
We created a style guide based off of the brand identity of the revamped airforce.com website and worked with developers to create proof of concept coded demo.
This is the complete flow of someone managing and editing a publication. We believe that this tool can be utilized in a way that's beneficial to the mission. Thank you for your time. We hope you enjoyed our presentation.